I mean, some of the good things that Richard already talked about is really, I mean, we are following very similar structure. Though we are not new, it's been there for the last 10 years. Some of the things that we are doing are quite similar to what we have discussed. But there are a couple of things there that we have discussed that are quite useful for us. I think I just got to learn about it. So, this MSc Real Estate programs, because there are 3 pathways in that program. I mean, there are 3 degrees: real estate investment and finance, and corporate real estate. I'm the director that took over 3 months ago. Not much, I don't know too many things about it. Mary Williams, program manager, she's already there. So if I'm saying something wrong, she's going to correct me, obviously. She knows this much better than me. What's the program aims? It's very structured because we give a lot of guidance in terms of the program, module content. We follow up our lecture with lots of contact in terms of emails, discussion boards, and things like that. But it's quite flexible because we give this, we provide these modules over the year in specific weeks. And to deliver the program within a partnership, basically, because it's a partnership of us, the academics, the industry, because the industry requires this kind of program, and the participants. Now, the reason why it has got a demand, because real estate industry, they got a lot of talent, but without some formal training. So a lot of people got involved with the industry over the last 20-30 years without much formal training. And RICS, which is Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors, they try to bring in a lot of formal training into their programs and into their requirements for membership. So there is a huge demand for this type of program. And when you look at the London market, where most of the students come from, UK students come from, there are a lot of people who got into the industry with a bachelor's degree and then now require some formal training. So that's why there is a huge demand for this sort of program. And we try to give our cutting edge ideas and practices and a lot of transferable skills. And because Reading real estate is very well known, so that's why we attract a lot of students and good students. So some of the key facts: we started as MSc Corporate Real Estate and Facilities Management in 1999 with about 10 students. And then in 2002 we added a couple of new programs. Our annual intake is about 30 to 40. I mean, last year we had about 29 students. This year we're looking at close to 40, so that's roughly the number. Well, we want to grow, but we don't want to grow too much because of our resource constraints. About 60% of the cohort is from UK, mainly the London market. And the rest is from EU, European, continental Europe, and very few from non-EU countries. For example, Brazil, Nigeria. So these are the countries where we get a lot of students from, like Romania, Germany, Austria, Latvia. Average age is about 30, so they have been in the industry for a few years. Now we say that 2 to 3 years is minimum that we get, but there are a lot of students who has got 10, 15, 20 years of experience, and they want some formal training in the industry. Some key sponsors and employers is the Deloitte, CBRE, Richard Ellis, JLL, Savills, Land Securities. They are the key ones, and there are a lot of other investment banks who send their employees to us for formal training purpose. Entry requirement: I'm just going through some basic facts about the program. We require 2 ones, like in UK equivalent: English language proficiency if it's non-English speaking, and should be in a relevant graduate level employment. That's very important. Now for MSc degree, there is 180 credit, and this is about 9 modules of 20 credit each, with some core modules absolutely prescribed, and there is a bunch of modules they can choose an option. For PG diploma, 120 credit, and for PG certificate, 60 credit. The fee is about $15.50 per module, just to give you a number. The very important fact is that it is RICS accreditation already been done, because all these programs, the degree program is accredited by RICS, which is very important from the industry point of view, because that's the membership they really want, which is this the APC, which is Assessment of Professional Competence, which they can get on to after completing this program. And that is a key differentiating point for them to be able to come into this program and get this degree, so that they can make a change in their career or get onto the ladder faster. All modules are designed to deliver a level 7 competence outcomes, a variety of teaching and learning methods like lectures by us and the practitioners, definitely bringing a lot of people from the industry to deliver one-off sessions, and then case studies, group work, seminars, workshops, and then we definitely follow it up with lots of Blackboard online environment content through that, informal discussion, emails, phone calls. And how we do that is that they come here for a specific week in the year. They spend 4 to 5 days, very intensive learning environment from 9 to 5, like Richard was talking about. And then they go away and complete an assignment, and we follow it up with some questions and discussions and things like that. Roughly, they are given about 12 weeks to complete the assignment. They are assessed by a range of mechanisms like group assignment, individual assignment. Some portion of it could be the presentations, literature review, reports, exam, but the exam is not a major factor because we can't do that. But what we do is that we have small, very, very short class tests just to get them up to speed towards the beginning of the module. So 3 pathways: MSc Real Estate Investment and Finance, MSc Real Estate with 5 core and 4 optional modules, MSc Corporate Real Estate, 5 core modules and 4 optional modules. Now, the most popular being, obviously, Real Estate Investment and Finance. The modules are delivered in blocks in specific weeks, so they spend about 4 to 5 days. And so if a student is able to complete these different modules in certain times of the year, they can complete this within 2 years. Roughly about 4 to 5 modules every year. There are 9 modules they need to complete, all are 20 credit, in total 180. And then we provide some platforms for networking. For example, Reading Real Estate Foundation, which is a big alumni networking opportunity for them, and that's really, really important thing, because to be able to work in the industry, you need to be very network closely. And Reading Real Estate, being there for the last 40 years, there are a lot of alumni from us who are already there in the industry, and there are many numbers. And we do keep very close contact with that through our foundation. LinkedIn group for MSc Real Estate and Facebook group, these are the 2 new things that we are starting, 2 innovative ideas that I started to come up with. But these are for them to network, because that's what they're trying to get out of it. Some academic knowledge, some rigor to their understanding, and also be able to connect with the wider community. Now, that's the team again. Now, the biggest challenge that we face in this program is that without diluting the fact this is a master's, we want to give them as much as possible like a full-time program. But we are doing it in block groups, like 4 or 5 days module. So the biggest challenge as lecturer I face, everybody faces in the program, is that how not to dilute the fact this is a master's program, at the same time being able to recognize that they're here for 30 years, they're getting so much of content, and they're going away to complete the assignment. So that's the balancing act that we try to achieve, but we definitely struggle. I think that's quite obvious in a blended learning or flexible learning environment. The other point that I'll make sure that I explain that is that it is not really part-time, because we are not doing evening lectures and things like that. So we should call it flexible ideally. Yeah. But a lot of students search in Google by part-time programs. So that's why we still kind of use the part-time flexible. So that's why in the beginning I said that MSc Real Estate program is part-time and flexible. Anyway, I'll stop it here. I think it's right on time. Thank you for your attention.